When I was growing up, my dad did yoga every morning. We would come downstairs and he'd be standing on his head, and he was a pretty substantial guy. And his feet would be up in the air, and we'd be getting ready and going to school. And he would generally be finishing up his yoga practice when we were coming down, which is why he was standing on his head. He did his inversions last. And it was just a part of my life, but I didn't get into it because I didn't think my dad was cool. I was like, he's not cool. I'm not going to do yoga. But then, of course, as I got older, I was like, God, Dad had it going on. I am a writer. I'm a poet. I'm an essayist. I'm an aspiring novelist. But writing for me is also a tool for releasing and clearing. Free writing is one of my most favorite things to do because it allows us to be in the moment and just not think about what is going on in my mind. I have to think the right things. I have to do the right things. Screw that. You do not. You just need to be in the moment and see what comes out of you. Oh, meditation. Such a challenge for me for so long. Still is. But what I've discovered is there's such great, great benefits in doing it. What it is a calming down, a slowing down, a sinking in, and a being in the moment, and emptying the mind of what might happen next or what happened yesterday, what I'm going to do in 10 minutes, what I'm going to have for lunch, all of these pieces that come into our mind and we're not even very aware of them usually, I think, or at least I'm not. So this workshop isn't going to incorporate a meditative aspect to it. And I'm not a big one on, okay, you have to sit exactly this way and you have to be in exactly this position. The way I start teaching meditation is to focus on the breath. And it's very basic. And then you can let your meditative practice take you where you need to go. But really, I'm just going to give you the very basics in this workshop and then let it take you to the place you need to be. I once had a healer tell me that we had worked together for quite a while. And she said, oh my God, when you were born, your umbilical cord was cut before they cleared your nose. And I was just like, what does that mean? And she said, it means you couldn't get a breath at first. And then they cleared your nose and it was fine. So now whether or not you believe that she knew what happened to me when I was born or not, when she said that, I was like, wow, that is so powerful. Like a shock went through my body. Because all my life, I never could really get a full breath. I mean, that was probably 25 years ago. But it really resonated with me. And whether or not it was true didn't really matter to me. What it made me feel was the most important piece. So in that moment, I began becoming much more aware of my breath. And it has been an evolution, of course. But it fascinates me, the breath. So it's the first thing we do when we come to the earth, right? And it's the last thing we do before we leave. So I incorporate breath work into my workshops because while we are usually on autopilot, we actually have the ability to deepen our breath and slow the breath down and deepen the breath, and it has a positive effect on all of our systems. Great thing about being more open and calm and balanced and peaceful is that we can receive true intuitive guidance when we're like that. When we're filled with what's going to happen next, what happened yesterday, I shouldn't have said that to him, I shouldn't have said that to her, that screws us up. So the more we can be in the moment and use these tools like breath, chakras, moving with intention, all of those are going to serve us really well. And that's what I want to share with you in this workshop. Off path of your life. Hope to see you there, and in the meantime, take good care of yourself and love yourself up.